All right, welcome back. Last time our heroes decided that they were going to throw a shindig and ended up all getting to the point where, aside from Lore, passing out before the rest of the guests did. Well, a fair amount of the guests did, and we now get to the morning after where it's everyone's part of the day where they just love to wake up and see if they get a hangover or not. So, everyone who drank, go ahead and make me a con saving throw just to see.
I'm gonna give myself disadvantage.
I'm golden.
17.
I think
9.
23.
All right, anyone with the 10 or over, you wake up a little queasy, but not too bad. Anyone who rolled.
Argus is no.
Yeah, Argus. Everyone else is going to suffer a mild headache and nausea for the rest of the day, just because, alcohol, the wonders it does. All right, so if I remember correctly, Luna went to go sleep out in the grove that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else is waking up from their respective rooms. I actually should just get you guys all centered on. Make sure current map. And I think Lore's just hanging out, right? Since he doesn't sleep, he just shuts down for a couple hours.
I probably would have went into my room
Oh, okay.
and shut down.
All right,
Although as usual, I don't really have the normal morning rituals because I don't eat. So it's not like I wake up and go, man, I need to have coffee and food and stuff. I'm usually probably wake up and start working on some contraption, which this is actually the first time in a while we've had some time to do that, so.
Just out of curiosity, how does unconsciousness from alcohol being shoved down your throat work with a species that doesn't sleep?
You're probably just very lucid and kind of just... It's... How would I put it? Since you don't technically sleep, you probably just kind of fade in and out of consciousness a little bit. You're just kind of lucid and thinking, oh, am I awake? Oh, God, why do I feel bad? And I would think that would...
Okay.
How it would work.
I was just curious, how that functions.
Well, I would imagine it's not. I would imagine it's not far different from meditating. It's just more like you blacked out.
Okay.
Involuntary meditation. How often do you get to say that?
All right, so Tatanka, Belzak, Kestrel, and Lore, feel free to go about your business in the morning.
Well, I guess I'm going out to the table.
Yeah, I'll probably go down and see everybody like I usually do. And
Yeah, I
make
will
sure.
too. Roll out of bed, stumble through the hall, and I suppose I will join everybody else.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that went well last night.
Speak for yourself, dude.
Did you
Well-
have fun?
I don't
No,
know.
it was bloody awful.
I don't remember
Oh.
anything except the first 5 minutes when I was petting that dog.
The next time
The
that I
rest
pay for a
gone.
goddamn party, I don't expect the person I'm paying to force me to drink. Has anybody seen August?
I got no clue. I figured he was with you.
Yeah, I assumed you were together.
I had.
Where's
back
Lunam?
to look for him.
Yeah, that's a good question. Where is Lunam?
Well, I think I remember he walked out the door at a very, very strange hour last night.
That's not comforting.
Well, it's just in Platea. What could possibly bad things happen to him here?
Smash cut too.
Eh,
I got a bad feeling about this.
He's very pretty. You don't know who might have taken advantage of him.
Oh.
Oh,
Arc.
taking advantage of his powers and his. He's not really that wealthy, from my understanding. And, well, I guess we're all equally wealthy.
I'll tell you when you're older.
He's kind of all-knowing. Shouldn't he already know?
What?
On our
That
way over to the
Lunum, that Lunum is a
stairs.
strange race that likes to go look at the moon?
On our way back over to the stairs, Kestrel hears this and turns back and says, "What they're saying is that there are people who want to procreate with him."
Oh. Well, that's really entirely his own business.
I'm just gonna
So-
face palm.
I guess if he wants to go do that outside in the middle of the night, that's more than...
So, what's for breakfast?
Sashi comes over and just lays down platters of bread, cheese, and meats, and some eggs. He's like, good for whatever you drank last night. Then he
What
walks.
did we drink last night?
He looks. It's like, depends. How far did you make it last night?
Table 1.
He looks up. He's like, that was the bear fang. Actually, somewhat potent, but not the worst we have here.
So it's like me.
So I am knocking on Argus's door, pounding on it.
Okay. Yeah.
I answer.
No.
Roll it.
Yeah, you knock on the door, and surprisingly, there is no there's no sounds or anything going on. There's no return on the knock.
Oh, bloody bird, how much did you drink last night? I picked the lock.
Yeah, it's open. It's unlocked.
Oh, it's on. You didn't even lock the door, and I just go in and look around.
Yeah, actually, his bed looks like it looks like his bed is messy, as if you would wake up in the morning and not even deal with the blankets or anything. So it looks like someone slept in it, but there's no sign of Argus or his things.
His possessions are gone too.
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
Nothing is left.
Yeah, nothing's left. His his clothes, his gear, everything's gone.
I cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
I head back out to the main room, and I find the bear.
Okay.
I draw out my rapier, or one of my short swords rather, and I sneak up behind the bear. Do I need to roll stealth or anything?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth.
Because invisible.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Jesus.
I rolled 2 3s. I'm fucking not kidding.
I see that.
Unlock.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Well, thinking that I'm stealthy while being completely invisible.
It's gonna happen anyway.
Yeah, I got an 8, so you're fine. Yeah, he doesn't even notice you.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I pull out my sword, I hold the blade right to the edge of his throat, and I whisper from behind him, "Where the hell did you put him?"
He turns around and he's like, who?
The moment he starts to try, the blade starts to dig further into his fur. Don't move.
He kind of just stiffens. He's like, oh, your companion? I put him in his bed last night.
Don't try to lie to me. You forced that drink down my throat, and I don't know what you put in it, but it knocked me out. And now he's gone. Where is he?
He kind of you can see him just kind of tremble. He's like, I swear, I only put him in his bed, and it's not my fault you can't tolerate dragon wine.
Insight.
Yep, go ahead.
And there's my natural 1.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, D&D Beyond. Fuck you.
This hangover is working its magic
Cackle.
on Kestrel. Goddamn.
Alright, I don't believe him. I start digging the sword into his throat, and I suppose that probably counts as an attack by now.
Yeah. He's just kind of the bartender's like, wait. He speaks the truth. We've been down here all night.
So yeah, as soon as it starts counting as an attack, my invisibility falls off.
Yeah. He's like,
I'm gonna see this and run over and kind of like try to hop in between.
Argus is gone. Get out of my way.
Do you think killing the bartender is gonna help anything?
He's the one who forced that drink down my throat, and he's the one who supposedly put us in our rooms. Who else would have done it?
And killing him is going to solve it?
I will find the answers off of his corpse.
That won't help at all. From my understanding, if he's dead, he can't answer your questions.
And Lunam is also gone. What if they're together?
Yes, it's a good presupposition that that could be the case. Maybe we should go look for Lunam. Would you be as kind as to not hurt the person who's been housing us?
Let's just
You
settle
mean the
down.
person who forced me to drink, the person who drugged me?
Is that what happened?
All I know is that he wouldn't take no for an answer, forced a drink into my hand and ordered me to.
the
And currently, Argus
I know,
and Lunam
I'm
aren't
the
here,
captain, he's gone.
and we were told that Lunam is out. He went and left last night. So let's get all of our answers before we start pressing.
I pull the blade away from his throat, very hesitantly. If you try to run, I will find you, and I will end you there. And I just stalk out of the tavern.
Okay. You just kind of see him slump down to the ground. He's like, what was that about?
We're in the middle of a situation that for the moment anyway, I'll toss him, I don't know, 10 gold. I know it's not a whole lot, but I'll toss him 10 gold and say, sorry about this, I'll explain later. And I'm going to walk over to the table and be like, we should probably follow. Our group is dwindling rather quickly, and we should
Oh yeah, I'm
probably
already
try to get
following
together.
Lex.
It's probably the best idea.
Alright, and out we go.
All right, to Platea. All right, so we'll go ahead and cut over to Argus's special room. So I will make this visible to players.
So rude.
Yep. All right, everyone on the map.
It's called
I'm-
Argus still. That's
I am
cute.
now.
Yeah, all right, just to make sure, put everyone in the same spot because I know.
Oh, you have a rainbow bed.
I was about to say.
Big fan.
You might just want to stay here. This looks incredible.
Right?
Argus, you end up waking up in the plushest bed that you have ever slept in, and the blanket that you have is made out of the finest silk you've ever felt. And you hear as you gaze upon the area, you see that it's, very lush grass that's on the ground, and there's trees with, birds singing in the air. It's a really pleasant area, and you actually, see some other Aarakocra, 3 other Aarakocra, and they all say to you in unison, "Good morning, Lord Argus."
Oh, good morning. It's my head. Wait, what? Kestrel?
Yeah, the Aarakocra here is like, we were asked to take care of your needs, Lord Argus. Do you need something to help remedy a headache? It sounded like you said something about your head hurting.
That's par for the course, my dear. I'm sorry. What's going on?
Oh, well, there was some, people who were quite worried that you might have suffered from ill effects from drinking too much alcohol, so we here at IEI decided to give you world-class service to ensure that you were in the best health proceeding forward.
Here at... Where the hell am I?
Oh, you're one in one of our special spa hotels, as they called it in the other world. It's essentially it's a lodging area that soothes the mind and body.
Why am I here?
Well, we were instructed that you might have drank too much, so we wanted to show you the benefits of working with us.
No, through gentle and loving side kidnapping, eh?
Well, you did consent, or else the teleportation spell wouldn't have actually worked.
Did consent. It's not really how I remember things shaking down.
You can roll an insight check to see if she's lying.
I would love to.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, she's absolutely certain that that's exactly what's happened. More than likely, you probably said something in your sleep to the effect of a yes or an agreement.
So where physically am I?
Oh, you're physically housed in one of our buildings just outside of Platea, one of our grand plazas.
Grand Plaza. I've been around Platea a bit. Have I seen like any grand plazas or?
No, the villas and stuff that they're referring to is to the north, which you haven't been that far yet.
Why me?
Well, you look the worse for wear, and we want to ensure that you were well taken care of. We hope to get into your good graces here.
Okay. If you're going to make me ask the question 80,000 times, I will. I probably have a better proclivity for talking than you. Why?
As soon as you put that in, good old Mirren Moonhunter's like, because we have an offer for you, Lord Argus.
An offer?
Yes. You see, we want to let you know that this is what you can expect from IAI if you choose to join our team. We get a bad reputation for being, elitists, and when, in all honesty, we just want to provide people with good paying work and allow them to fulfill their destinies in their own right. And we just wanted to show you the benefits of, if you come to work with us, you get these amenities plus whatever else you may need to finish your quest. The only thing that we would ask is that you would turn over control of the island to us in the end.
Well, that's a very tempting offer, which all I have to do is give up the rewards that I'm struggling and succeeding, apologies, at completing, and in return for that, I get to sleep in a comfortable bed and enjoy some light kidnapping.
No, not at all. We would ensure that you would at least walk away with the money. We don't care for such things and the treasures, but we would like to claim the land. You would basically just give up ownership of said land, and you can take anything else you would like from the keep. We don't care for it. We just want the property title to this place.
So it's all about real estate.
Indeed.
So it's just that one talking to me, yeah?
Yeah, just the one in the middle.
What are these other two doing over here?
So this one here is just strumming the harp in the area, and the other one's just kind of relaxing by the bath area. This one and this one are just kind of having parchments.
Yeah, this one and this one.
Oh, sorry, which one?
I don't see anything here.
Oh, really? That's weird. I thought.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry.
Oh, there are 3 other people in here.
Yeah, sorry. I thought they were visible.
Nope.
Yeah, all that was coming from this one right there about the offer. So.
Oh, okay. I thought it was that. Okay, so I'm talking to Mirren Hunter. Do I
Yeah.
recognize?
Oh yeah, you recognize her when you when you helped transfer the Binny Baby figurines to her earlier.
You're the one that Lunim referred to as the... God, what was that, Anth?
discount C-tier villain, something along
Yeah,
those
something
lines?
like that. Same one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, these amenities certainly are lush. It's definitely a very interesting bargain you're looking to throw my way. I want to get a good look at like the layout of the room, like doors, windows, like it's grass, right?
Yeah, you're basically just stepping on like the most lush grass that you can possibly imagine, and it's just surrounded by it just basically goes on in this tray with just it seems like it goes and stretches on for a good while for just grass and trees and stuff.
Are there walls? Are there doors?
Yeah, but they're like out like 200 yards and stuff like that. Are you actively trying to like look for an exit or something?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm trying to assess the situation tactically because I am feeling some kind of way about the situation, and I want to know what kind of cell I'm in.
She basically catches your looks like, if you wish to leave, my assistant here can make you a portal that will take you back to one of the, how want to put it, the groves of Platea. I think we can even locate one of your friends who's soundly sleeping there.
So, just to make sure that we're clear, what you want from me is you want me to finish doing your work for you, and solve all the problems, deal with all the traps, the monsters, all of the obstacles that I've been dealing with fairly well so far, and you've had zero luck with. You want me to do all of that work for you, and all you want in return is the real estate when things are done. You don't care about the money, you don't care about anything else, you just want the land.
That is correct. And if you choose not to work for us, then we'd be willing to pay for the information as to how, and you'd be compensated quite a bit. You can see that the person on the left have a chest, a good-sized trunk, like a water trunk, you can say, and they open it up and it's full of gold. It's like, we would just pay for the information up front on just how you were able to complete said areas.
Interesting. Certainly a lot of shininess in there.
Yeah, it's estimated to be about 5,000 gold.
And what about the rest of the people I was traveling with?
Well, we can easily tell that you're number one, so we figure that you might be the most suited for this deal arrangement.
I mean, you're not wrong. So, that is a very tempting offer. But let me make a counteroffer. I give you nothing, and you send me away.
She kind of sighs and shrugs her shoulders. She's like, well, we tried. She points to this guy over here and she's like, send Lord Argus away.
Before I go, just so you know, I don't know what you think you know about me. I don't know what you think you know about us. But here's the real thing, sweetheart. I was kidnapped as a child and brought into darkness. Everything that it was that I could have had in life was taken away from me as I was pulled into another realm where I was raised in horror for several years until I was able to fight my way to the top, kicking, scratching, clawing, screaming, until everyone else that was in my way no longer was. I got to where I was by being the best. And you think that kidnapping me and putting me into this position is going to get me on your side? You do not know me at all. I'm going to reach down to the chest that he has here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just going to knock it away and spill all the coins all over into the grass and all that. Keep your trifles to yourself. I'll have none of it. Send me home.
She gives you a small smirk, and she waves to her companion over here, and you just see him open up a scroll, and there's a portal where you can see Lumen sleeping in the shade of a tree.
I will see you at the finish line from well on the other side.
All right. Yeah. She just nods her head, and that's all that's left to it.
And through.
Yep. All right. So back to Platea then. I gotta find your token. Where did I put your token? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you end up appearing. Let me double check. Visible players. There we go. All right. So we will go map window. All right. So let me know when you're all loaded, Platea, and then we'll just go. I'll send you guys all on to where Argus and Lunam are hanging out. Alright. Yep, and then, as soon as you walk through, you end up in a familiar grove, and you just see Lunam just kind of, just gently sleeping on the foot of a tree.
I'm going to go. How is he still asleep?
Yeah.
I'm going to wake him.
Okay.
Oh, hello. Good morning.
How did you get here?
I wanted to sleep under the light of the moon.
So they didn't come after you?
They?
Yes, they.
After what happened? Are you all right?
You want an insight check?
No, that's too much for a barely awake hungover Lunam.
That's okay. Freaked out Argus is too, perturbed to deceive presently.
Fair.
Although, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to do my deception versus your insight roll.
I'm about it. I'm sure it'll come up at some point. If not now, some other time.
The company is getting desperate. They want us to, or wanted me to give them the information in order for them to be able to find their prize. Or they wanted me to just win the prize and give it to them.
This is IEI?
Yes.
Yes.
They took you? How did they take you? I suppose.
I don't know, and that's...
I will cast sending on Castrol. Are you hurt? Have you? I'm with Argus now. I heard that he was taken. Is anybody else there?
You have August. Where is he? Where are you?
He's. Oh, cast sending again. We're in the grove.
God, I hope combat doesn't come up. There's 2 third-level spells going on.
Yes, there is. I rolled a wisdom save to see if I would have cast Tiny Hut without a ritual. So that's 2 instead of 3.
Oh, jeez. All right. So I take it Kestrel in the group is gonna beeline it over there.
Kestrel is running ahead with everything she has.
I didn't know that they had those kinds of capabilities.
I'm sure that it was just a display of power. That's all it was flash in the pan. You learn to see it in my line of work.
I should hope so. I had honestly discredited them up until this point.
The moment that Argus is within eye shot of Kestrel, she misty steps forward and just grabs his shoulders and, like, halfway shaking him. What happened? Are you alright? Who did this?
It's a lot of questions there.
Was it the bartender?
I'm not discounting him. I'm fine, thank you. It seems that our good friends over at IEI wanted to bring me on board to help them find the prize and give them the island. They wanted the island. They wanted me to win it for them and give it to them.
Did they threaten you? Did they hurt you?
Didn't hurt me.
Actually, anyone who wants to, you can go ahead and roll an investigation roll.
I don't think.
Oh my god!
Oh.
I'm just gonna start rolling real dice again. For fuck's sake, I rolled a 1, a 2, and 2 3s.
I'll investigate. I can't investigate for shit.
You investigated almost as good as me. And I have a fucking +7? +6.
+6. Yeah, I have +0.
Jesus.
Laura rolled a 22, and he probably catches up with everybody.
Yeah.
You're distraught. It's okay, Kestrel.
Yeah, Lunam is glad to see Kestrel, but also looking past her to make sure that everybody else is present.
So anyone who rolled a 5 or over, you can tell that, Argus's clothes are actually in, they're in the cleanest conditions you've seen them. Those who rolled a 10 or higher can tell that any rips and tears he's had have been neatly sewn to where you can't even see the stitching, and then anyone with a 15 or higher can tell that his plumage and his self is actually well cleansed, and he's actually has a light scented smell coming off of him as if he's been properly groomed.
Pretty sure he's alright.
We don't know what else they might have done to him, though. Come over here for a moment, and I practically force him to sit, and then, because it's not prepared, ritually cast Identify.
Yeah, you actually see there's nothing on him. There's no spells, there's nothing of the arcane floating about him outside of what normally would be on him.
No, look at this! You see? They put a bug on me! And I pull, like, a bug off of my arm and look askance sideways at everybody, shrug my shoulders, and then just pop it in my mouth.
Kestrel is trying to struggle between horror, disgust, and kind of laughing.
Oh, Argus looks pretty good.
Well, as I said,
As opposed to the rest of you, you had a pretty rough night, it would seem.
Does he have to talk so loud?
I've been wondering that all morning.
Luna, did they take you too?
No. I wanted to sleep outside. I wanted to be alone. I'm sorry if I made you all worry.
Well, the good thing is that it seems that we did find out who our enemies are, or at least one of them.
So when you say who took you, is it somebody that we met? Or just someone random?
They didn't say. They said they teleported me, and that there had to have been some form of consent because the teleport wouldn't have worked. So I'm guessing that they brought somebody into my room, and they basically, like, while I was asleep, were like, "Hey, do you mind if we go ahead and take you off to the place?" And I was like, "Yeah, or whatever." You've heard me mumbling. And then they then I was gone. And then I was in some villa somewhere outside the city. And it was a large, like, grove sort of situation with lots of, like, amenities, we'll say.
Do you
I feel
think
like
you could lead us back to this place and we could, confront who took you?
Well, it's, that not so nice lady that we've, encountered a couple of times before. Mirren, I believe her name was? With the bear thing that you turned in, Belzac.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah, me neither.
Do you think that they could have made you consent to a teleport through a enchantment or spell of some kind? You're pretty canny with those type of things of convincing people to do things.
I
What
sure
if they
am.
had
and
made
it's
you?
the sort of
What
thing
if
that-
they?
It's the sort of thing that can be done, but I don't remember any of it, so speculation at this point doesn't really matter.
Well, I feel like you had something to drink last night.
I did. I definitely had some drinks, and this is not the first time that I've woken up with less memory than the best of what happened the night before. But
Now, I don't recall how anybody could have gotten in there.
I don't either.
And that is why I think the bear is in on it.
Whether or not he is, I'm not, shall we say, a fan.
I am going to kill that elf.
You mean the bartender?
Who else could it have been? He poisoned me, and he was supposedly the one who put us in our rooms.
Did anyone see him drink last night?
I certainly did not.
Nor
didn't
did
either.
I admittedly did not pay attention to him whatsoever.
I mean, to be fair, no harm has been done at this point. They were just simply giving you an offer, an ultimatum of some sort. And what is to come of it? Nothing bad has come out of this, has it?
Except now we know that they can come after us at any time and anywhere.
That's
Do
true.
you think that was their goal?
It's obviously meant to be a threat, even if they let him go now, because we will find them if they didn't.
But the problem is that they did as they did, and now their hands are played, so we know who they are. I mean, we knew, but now
They
we
know who we are. That's the big difference.
Yes. Well, everyone knows who we are.
Correct. They just wanted to let us know that they were interested.
They also let us know that they can get to any one of us at any time.
And not to go into too many things, but the fact that they took me without my knowledge, well, doesn't sit well with me.
Well, I will point out they got us at a very inconvenient time, and that is not something that this group has been privy to doing.
I knew I didn't drink for a reason. I thought maybe if
This is why I didn't want to drink. This is why I was avoiding it the whole night.
It's a simple ploy that we do almost subconsciously sometimes, where I throw myself into the middle of things and she lurks in the side and watches while the people come after me because, well, how could they not? And then she gets them. Usually works out for us.
Might I suggest that, even given the situation, if you hadn't had a drink, do you really think that would have changed the outcome?
I would have been waiting outside his door. That was my original intention. This whole situation, I was originally intending to just watch all night.
See, that's what she wanted to do, was when she saw me making a spectacle of myself in order to get all of the attention, and when she started getting on board with it. I knew what her plan was. Her plan was to let me get the attention so she could see who was watching. And then that didn't happen.
Keep an eye out for anyone who takes too much of an interest, who isn't there just to party, who isn't there just to enjoy themselves. And then you know who to keep an eye on.
Am I able to, like, kind of retroactively insight check, kind of like Kaiser Sose, like, oh shit, that happened, except I was really drunk?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and try to, if you want to just give me an intelligence check to see if you can remember something off.
Alright, I'm imagining a very high DC. Where's this button? Intelligence. 15?
So, as you're replaying the scene from last night, you do see Zashi kind of pouring a drink for himself and a drink for others throughout the night, so there's that. And the rest of the guests were pretty much entertained. The only group that seemed like they were out of place was the IEI groups, who were just kind of sipping the same cup for pretty much the entire duration, which is really odd for being a party.
Did I see Marin there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Luna
I
definitely would have made a point to harass her. Okay, that's fine. So she was there, for what it's worth. I'll inform everybody.
So,
Well, mistakes
These-
happen, and I would understand that we could learn from these lessons, and it probably won't happen again if we are on guard and vigilant, at least from this point forward. We can better plan to get around it. I'm sure there are enchantments and alarms that we could set around us if we are truly worried about being absconded with in the middle of the night. Which means that we can't lower our guard as much as we might like.
Fair, I thought we kind of were in that position anyway.
And an excellent place to start, in my opinion, is murdering and burying the corpse of Mirren.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to that.
It's not as if she appears to have any sort of friends. I don't think anyone besides her own company would miss her. And even they would probably be glad to be free of her.
They're all on payroll, it's fine.
Does anybody plan on dying today?
I wasn't thinking about it.
I don't typically plan to die.
I had a full afternoon plan, so
Expecting,
maybe.
rather. No? Okay.
What are you trying to get at?
I'm gonna cast Sending again
Uh,
on Marion and say, we don't take well to being threatened. Watch yourself. Also, you're fucking boring. And that's it.
You get a reply back that saying, the person you are trying to reach is not available at this moment. Please try again later.
So she had to say that back to him herself.
Yeah, does it seem like that was the response I got? Or
No,
that the
no.
sending did not complete?
No, that's it. It seemed like it was like an auto reply. Like as soon as you sent it, it auto replied back with that message.
Is there a spell for that someone could just put up that auto replies to sending and message spells? I mean,
Yeah, so
does it
seems
like
like it
hold up
didn't
a
reach her?
card that says
Yeah.
please wait with like a sad puppy and an unplugged plug when you scry on them?
it's an Unearth Arcana 2nd level spell. It's called Airplane Mode.
Yeah, essentially, you felt as soon as you were trying to send it to said person, it didn't feel like the message even got to her. And in fact, the only feedback you got was some sort of, yeah, I tried to send it and got nothing.
okay.
Her voicemail's full.
God, I felt like I had the upper hand so much until literally right now.
Well, now here we are.
Well, what's the
Okay.
next thing we want to? How do we want to proceed with our day then, or what we were going to do next?
What is our plan from here?
Well, I feel like we have a couple of options. We can either A, continue trying to do what we've been doing, B, we can attempt to try to retaliate for whatever this is. Try and figure things out. Those are the only two options I got. Sorry, guys. I thought I had a third, but...
Oh, to me, it seems that the best retaliation is to basically win.
We're already well on our way. So what's the next step in that? What do we know about this next clue?
Well, didn't we find that there's something about opposing conflict of some kind?
As soon as you guys start talking, you see the gnome from the bar goes. It's like, oh, yeah. You see him out of breath. It's like, oh, thank God, there you are. You just see, like, his face is red, and you can tell that he's completely out of breath.
Yes, here we are.
He's like, they took Zashit.
They took Zashit. Who is they?
They told him they had an offer for him, and then they hurried and scurried him away. But it didn't look like he wanted to go at the last minute, like something was wrong.
Oh, look. He is connected to them.
He looks at
Looking
you.
very pretty.
He looks at you. He's like, "Lady, what are you applying? Zashit's is one of their strongest. I don't know how you want to put it. Thorns in the sides, I guess you can say."
Thorn in my side as well right now, so what's this to us?
He basically goes like, "Look, I'm just asking for some help. They took Zashit, and they took him pretty quickly, and I don't think it's good."
You're telling me a giant bear that can throw 3 people up on his shoulder was just taken away?
Yeah, they put the mojo on him, I guess you can say. First, his eyes look fierce as they always did, and then they went lucid, and then poof, gone.
Just to clarify here, the word lucid means that one is focused or aware.
Really? Oh, sorry, I must be mixing up. Yeah, basically.
Fine, I just wanted to make sure.
You keep using that word. I do not
I don't
think it
think
means what
it means. Right.
It's like glassy, like he's not lucid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to make sure that I was
Yeah. Sorry,
understanding.
I have that bad habit. It's like I think I'm saying something, and I really don't.
Yeah, it's all good. I just wanted to make sure I understood.
Yeah, his eyes basically like he looked like he was glazed over for a moment. So yeah.
So,
Currently.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I'm guessing that this young chap would like for us to help him out with the Zashit problem. Another thing that we could do is anything else.
I mean, currently right now, I think the majority of the group is not happy with the fact that I just walked in and took somebody. So
I'm going to have to agree.
Young man, was Mirren there?
No, but I think her number 2 was with him, though. It's kind of hard to miss that person.
wait, I'm pretty sure Miran was there.
No, he's talking about right now.
Oh,
When the person who took the shoot.
sorry, I thought we were talking about last night. My bad.
Would it be like a huge deal if she died?
No, you'd be doing anyone a favor. That back-singing wench ends up owning piece by piece of this port area. In fact, they almost got half the town underneath their rule now. Well, I wouldn't say rule, but I guess you could say landlordship. They own a lot of the real estate here now.
Well, I guess that answers that question, kids. We have a quest to go do.
Objective.
I'm feeling slightly not motivated right now.
I have some. I'd like to try to find a very specific magical item. Because I feel as though, based on how efficiently they were able to take Argus without apparently anybody noticing, I get the feeling that they are also going to be watching us from afar. And I'd like to try to find something to stop that, if at all possible.
He looks at you, he's like, "Oh man, you ain't kidding. Zashit's been kind of ensuring that no one knows about our secret dealings, and yet they still got him."
secret dealings.
Yeah, he looks, he's like, yeah, Zashit's been actually trying to find ways to obstruct IEI's progress.
Can I insight check this guy?
Yeah.
28.
Yeah, you can tell that this guy, the way that he's talking, he really looks up to Zashit, and you can tell that he's been working with him on some stuff.
What is everyone's thoughts?
I am finding it hard to activate the muscles in my body that care about that.
Honestly, yeah, like, things happen to people. Like, I'll be okay.
Well, I guess that still leads us back to our previous question. Do we pursue, or should we go about our business?
Who gets the in?
I would not be opposed following them if only it leads us back to Mirren so I can, again, slit her throat.
And we might find some of the stuff that we need for my quest away.
Yeah.
Actually, can we check and see?
Check and see what?
We can see if
If
I
she
have
pulls
any
out her
of-
little, like,
yeah,
compass thingy.
where it's leading me to next.
Yeah, it's still pointing north, and it's got a pretty decent tug to it.
And you said it was north of Platea, so let's go.
It was.
Did you see which way they went? Oh, what's your name? I don't...
Oh, right, I didn't give Nomi a name.
Don't call him Nomi, he'll just burn everything.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
That takes you back, right?
Mm.
Kidding.
Yeah, I'll just call him Jacob. Jacob.
Jacob. Did you see which way they went?
Yeah, well, they were sending him north.
Hmm.
So,
How...
ideas for anybody?
What's the word I'm looking for, Kestrel? Not quite coincidence,
Convenient.
but like it's meant to be.
So wait,
So,
they ran
too
off north with
coincidental is
him,
what
but
you're
they
saying.
so they ran off north with him, but they didn't teleport him and do the same trick that they did to Argus.
They're looking like Zashit's got some weird stuff on him, and they just couldn't just take him. You see another familiar face around. It's like, I've been running all over town for you guys. Have you seen Mom?
Sorry, what?
Good god, how many people they're going to kidnap?
I mean, this is, what's her name, son? Hanma?
Yeah, Hanma's son.
She has my armor!
I have a feeling that they are kidnapping people that are helping us.
Alright, first things first. We stop at Hanma's shop and see if they stole Lumen's armor, or if we can at least pick it up. Because Lumen needs his armor. Then we stop at a magic shop to see if they kidnapped the owner of that, otherwise I'm looting all of his scrolls.
Who's the man who sold you the vegetable slicer? We need to make sure he's protected.
Yes, what do I do when this vegetable slicer breaks?
Hey, it's like, Dasir?
I'm fairly certain Law
Yes.
could probably fix it. Assuming that it's
Possibly
not
make
like
it
one
better.
of his cousins and he goes in the morning.
Yeah,
Possible.
Yeah, as soon as you bring up Nasir's name, they look at each other. He's like, "Oh no."
What?
You're getting to see it too.
Steve what?
They look at each other. It's like, well, if they did, that's not good. Nasir, let's say Nasir's lips can be opened pretty quickly with enough gold.
What does he even know?
I'm not really certain how much I'm worried about what he'll spill the beans.
It's more about these people getting hurt because of me, and also,
Care about the bear, Hanma, though,
yeah.
have done us no ill will.
To be fair, we're not even entirely sure how they got you.
Yes, no, I'm not sure how they've got me, but here's the thing. Now they have.
Oh, I agree.
Okay, is there anyone... It seems like we're doing this then? I'm in it.
Let's do this, I suppose.
Well, let's find out if there's anybody else they've taken.
So, find if they've taken anybody else. Check for Lunim's armor, and loot the magic shop, as if there's no tomorrow, because from the sounds of it, the whole city is probably empty, and I want those scrolls.
Serendipitous is the word I was thinking of, Kestrel.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Okay, let's go.
Alright, well, let's go see if Nestia has been taken, if anybody else that we know alike has been taken. And, let's check for Hanma's shop, see if she'd finished with your armor.
Well, the Sears is straight south of here, so let's do that first.
This guy's name is Corey, correct?
Yep, Corin.
Corin, I assume you'd like to come with us to make sure your mother's alright?
He goes, wait, what do you mean all right? Have you not seen her?
I was just kidding. We're gonna go talk to her right now.
Deception roll.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Didn't he come up and tell us that she was missing?
No, he's just asking if you've seen her.
That's basically the same.
Yeah.
That's basically saying, I can't find my mom. Have you
Yeah.
seen her? She's
Yeah.
missing.
Yeah, when we're talking about somebody who's... When two
You
people
hit
are
credit.
very...
We were sitting here and having a conversation about, wow, all these people are getting kidnapped. And you guy just randomly shows up and is like, have you seen my mom? And we're just like, oh, God. So, I can get
have
that.
you seen Luke? I don't see him right now.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Corin's just kind of just out of loss. He's like, it's like, well, Corin rolled so low. He's like, I have no idea anymore. He's just been running around trying to find mom.
Corin, that wasn't right of me. Two people have recently been kidnapped. Since you can't seem to find your mother, we believe she may be as well, and we intend to put a stop to it. Do you have any qualms with killing people?
As soon as you said that, you can just see him flying to a rage and start running back to the armor smith shop.
I'll run with him to make sure everything's good, I guess.
Wait, oh, nobody goes alone.
No splitting up. Yes, that's a rule. I'm sorry, I already violated it.
Let's not. Alright, let's go.
I'll stay with everyone.
Let's follow him. Let's go to Hanma's shop.
Alright, I'll take you guys over there. Huzzah! Yeah, it takes a better part of, half an hour to get through since it's a freaking large ass map. There you go. So yeah, you get to the shop and, you see Lunim's armor just kind of sitting on basically I wouldn't say a mannequin, but one of those stands, armor stands essentially. It looks like it's all polished and ready to go.
I will take the whole 15 plus minutes it takes to don this armor.
What kind of armor is it?
Plate.
I think
I'll
it's
help you with
fast-
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it's faster. if
Faster,
people
somebody helps, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll help. I'm good with plate anyway, so
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
if you don't mind.
Yeah, you just see him start donning, pieces of armor and, finding a pretty strong weapon. He's like, I'm going to get them.
And I'm going to go and investigate to see if there are any signs of struggle or anything out of place.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation.
Still not rolling above 10. 14.
This is not looking great.
Yeah,
I'm apparently getting all bad rolls so that everyone else can have good ones.
yeah. As far as you can tell, there's nothing really out of place aside from the fact that the part of there's still a small amount of unaccounted for change that was sitting in one of the back rooms, looking like it was in the middle, like as if she was in the middle of counting currency and writing in her ledger. It just seems like that's a bit out of place. But aside from that, there's no signs of actual struggle.
So, Corin, does your mother typically leave out coin just in the open for anybody to walk by and pocket it?
He looks up and he looks back. He's like, "Of course not."
Yeah, right. She's been taken.
Yeah, the gnome just kind of goes, "All right, I'm just gonna go and see if anyone else is missing from the group. If you need me, I'll be back at the bar."
Who else has helped us?
The magic smith, Nasir.
The two fellows at the Grove as well, no? Weren't they not Lunam's friends?
Yes, but they didn't really help me. I think I just interacted with them.
Well, I wouldn't have said that the other one exactly helped us either, and this
Good
had said
point.
they didn't.
There, yeah, you're
We're
right.
definitely going to have a very sternly worded talk the next time I see him.
He's probably going to be a bit bolder when I'm done with him.
Fair.
If anybody has a weak stomach when it comes to the smell of burning fur, I suggest taking a day off after we find him.
I'm not partial to the scent.
Okay.
Wait, so who are you doing this to?
Zashid for poisoning me, because nothing will convince Kestrel otherwise.
Fair.
All right, yeah.
She
Yeah.
took a drink that he forced her to drink, and then she fell unconscious, and Argus went missing. There is nothing convincing her otherwise.
Yeah, there really isn't at this point.
Also, fun fact is that he went to go force a drink into her, and Argus went to take one for the team, and that's the one that put him out.
Oh shit! You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Norman had a backup.
he was definitely trying to drug Kestrel.
It definitely looks like it. And then he goes with IEI after Argus gets kidnapped by the. Okay. Yeah. Definitely not suspicious at all. Fine. It's fine. He's fine. Everything's fine.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
That we will.
All right. Next stop. Will we checking the crazy man in the tent or what?
Let's check the magic shop. You thought that person was helping. So.
It's not so much thought they were helping so much as helping so that I might be able to do the job.
Oh, you just wanted to burgle.
Purchase some of their fine scrolls for reasonable amounts of-
Non-burglary related.
Yes.
I see. That reminds me of nothing.
What?
Nothing.
That's useful.
Just yes. So let's go and
Where
pick.
is Full?
He's with us.
Is he just chilling? Okay.
I was about to say, did they take useful too? Is nobody
I was
safe?
just making sure.
Nobody wants to take you, Paul. I promise you.
Only taking things that help us.
That's very uncalled for.
Oh no.
Ow. All right, you said magic shop. Oh,
I mean, I bought
He's
the
probably
scroll
there.
from him once before, so, you know.
God, where the hell was that again? The hell is
I honestly don't remember. It was like right at the very beginning.
It was at the east end of the place. See, that's the tailor.
As we go through the square in the middle,
Oh,
are those
right.
things
Oh,
still
it's
set
over
up?
here
Yep, I see it.
in this area.
As we go through the square, are those camera things that we saw on the first day still up?
Oh yeah, they're still up and running actually.
Okay. Are there anybody near any of them?
I mean, there's a few people just kind of hanging out at a few, but for the most part, you can find a kiosk or two that's actually open.
there one where like someone is like actively using it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk past it and I'm just gonna take it, like in the middle of using it. I'm assuming it's like on a tripod. I'm just gonna grab it out, snatch it out of the guy's hand, and just like sling it over my shoulder and just keep walking.
Yeah, I mean, they're just like, hey, and then they just don't care and walk away and find a new one.
I'm practicing bonking with my mace.
Enough practice on Liu Kang.
That whole...
Is that not a little large? Should you put that in the bag so that it doesn't look suspicious with you carrying it around?
Fine.
Lord, could you open the sack for a moment?
He's in first place. No one's going to question him.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty fair.
I'm just gonna take it. That's why I'm not just gonna take it. I'm just gonna take it from whoever like is using it.
Yeah, people are probably going to just start taking them because they think it's a clue. Are there any IEI grunts around? Do they wear anything like identifiable?
They just have a patch that's usually just on their sleeve that just designate them as with their employee ID number. But aside from that, yeah, you see most of them are just adventurers or pages or something of that effect. They're just kind of running about.
What about like official like constabulary?
Yeah, no one.
Wasn't there someone? Like there was a named guy that was like right at the very beginning after we left the first dungeon-y thing.
I
Yeah.
don't recall.
That was Mirren showing up with her people when you guys exit out of the first dungeon. Her and she was at odds with the militia.
She was getting into it with like a local.
Oh yeah! We could get the militia!
Because, well, not to go into it too much, but I think that the people in charge of the security of the city would like to know that people are being kidnapped and extrajudiciously taken free of not their own volition, and just AI feels like they can kidnap whoever. So maybe they should, I don't know, stop that.
I mean, to be fair, you guys haven't really filed a missing persons report or contacted the guards, so.
That's what I was thinking about doing that.
Can I beckon over one of the IEI grunts?
Sure. Let me just find just a random dude, man.
It doesn't need to be a long thing. I don't think, unless other people have stuff to ask her.
Yeah, just gonna. Oh,
You there, and I'll call him by the number that I see on his patch.
yeah. You know what? Let me just pull up someone from. I'll just pull up, dude, man. I'm just gonna reuse this because I just don't. I'm just got to make more
There.
NPCs appear. There we go. Yeah, just some random elf guy, half elf. He's like, yeah. What can I do for you?
You, 87. Where's your base? Headquarters.
He looks at you. Are you referring to the barracks, the central office, the conscript office, or the operations office?
Where you go when you take people?
Oh, you want the recruitment station?
Not quite.
Let me help.
The
Hello,
safe house.
August the Resplendent, and Mirren had offered me a kind of work sort of situation, so I was looking to find where she would be so that I could maybe change my mind.
Heavily armed people behind him. I'm swinging my mace for practice.
He go. Well, you probably just want to go to the central office. They handle most inquiries about that sort of thing. I really don't know. I just got here yesterday. They seem like a place I can get a job, and this is my second day here. I'm just literally here getting supply guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, number 86 was that?
He looks at his patch. 87 is the last two numbers, I guess. I have a hard time. I'm barely able to read.
87. I frankly don't care enough to ask your name. I will call you Kevin.
Kevin?
Here's the thing, Kevin. Good luck with that. It's you've made a bad choice. So, pip pip, carry on.
Yeah, he just shrugs his shoulder and proceeds to go into a stall and just pick up some more goods.
Okay. I mistakenly thought we were going to get more from that than we did. So we already know where we're going, right?
Yeah, the central thing.
Oh, we were going like north towards the compass, like outside of Plataea.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And before I distracted, we were heading to the magic shop, right?
Yeah, you guys should be at the magic shop.
Cool.
Right, so, is somebody tending the shop?
Yeah, the mage from last time, he kind of looks like, oh, you back for some more?
Yes, and also, you should be a little bit concerned.
He raises his
Oh.
eyebrow. Huh?
Well, it's just sort of, it seems like half the town is sort of being kidnapped. So, just, be aware of that.
Yes, IEI seems to be stepping people off the street. So I'd keep my eye on number 87 over there.
Aggressive recruiting practices, it seems. As in, they take you, and then you don't come back.
He looks at you and he's like, oh, so it's Tuesday.
Evidently.
Before.
So, I mean, you're saying that this is just something they do every week?
He
At
looks.
the same time?
He looks at you. He's like, look, I don't know where you're from, but there's some weird rules going on here. One, you have to imply consent before they even take you anywhere. It's been kind of one of the magic laws that's kind of weird. So if they evidently went, that means that they did want to speak to them, and both parties consented to that in some form or factor.
They can't affect your will and make you consent.
Because that's apparently what they did to the fellow who owns the half.
Yeah,
And that is
magical
certainly not
consent
real
is-
consent.
Yeah, that's. Can I insight check this guy? He seems
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you can.
he seems more like I can't think of the phrasing. More on board with this than I'd like.
Yeah.
He seems sketchy.
16.
as fuck.
Yeah, you could tell that he's being perfectly honest with you. He's just like, why do I care? They do this every week, every day. It's like it's a daily occurrence. People just end up just going with them for one reason or the other.
That's
Oh,
not
no.
concerning to you?
Nobody stops it.
He's like, 90% of the people come back. I really don't see a problem if vast majority of the people come back and unscathed, and in fact, they end up coming back in better shape.
Are you
Try.
working
So-
for them?
Can you rephrase that just for a second, just so you can make sure you conceptualize that most of the people that come back from their kidnappings are fine. That's what you're saying, right?
He goes, look, kids, I'm going to tell you this. When I ask you, you can't say no. There's no penalty. There's been no bad blood in Plataea, and for the most part, we see 90% of the people come back. If they went, they probably threw them an offer, told them to come over there, and they went willingly. That's how it usually goes.
The other 10%?
Probably being one of the other 10%.
He looks, he's like, well, the other 10% usually just get employed and never seen again because they get a pretty sweet deal.
Or are they never seen again because they're dead?
Yeah, 1 in 10 of these kidnappings are never seen again, is what you're telling me. That's just run of the mill.
And also, they're fucking kidnapping!
Hey,
Yeah.
can I interrupt for a second? Clearly, talking to this guy is a moot point. I
Agreed.
feel like we have better things to do than try to convince this thing.
I had a lot of money, and I wanted to spend it, but
Me too.
I'm not giving it to someone who's okay with weekly kidnappings.
Well,
And
I'm
a
glad we
90% return rate on kidnappings.
So, very well, good chap. Thank you for your information, your help. But we shall be moving on
No,
with
thank
our
you.
morning. So, thank you. All right. So let's go check and see if Nazir's fucking kidnapped.
That I shouldn't be upset by that as I am, but I don't like him.
Let's walk over
Henry
to.
is alright with just weekly kidnappings.
Can I say that Tonka, your subtlety button is just chef's kiss. It's just brilliant.
I'm so glad you think so.
Yeah, you guys stroll around the bazaar area, and yeah, no sign of Nasir whatsoever. You know, there's really no one manning any of the stalls that you've seen them at before.
So all the stalls except for the one that I wanted are unmanned.
No, they're manned, but not by him. Like the ones you've seen him manned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the ones you've seen him manned, he's not there anymore.
Okay, Nazir's stall. I want to investigate it.
Okay.
And maybe I can roll above a 10.
I second that one. I'm gonna help her.
Yeah.
No, I
I'm
can't.
calling an 8.
Oh, am I getting assistance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Eight.
wait. Yes! Sorry.
She's done it.
Funny, bitch.
Natural fucking 20. Finally rolled above a 10.
We've
I
just
didn't say I
been
was
watching her
also
struggle this
investigating
whole
it, that I'm
day.
assisting.
Yeah, you can tell with Nasir's thing that there's a couple things out of place here. One is that his cash box is what it looks like. There's some traces of enchantment on his cash box that would be kind of awkward considering that he operates it pretty frequently. It seems like the wards seem like they've been going on for a lot longer than a day. So you can find his enchanted cash box. And then the other thing that's out of character is that you noticed last time you were here that he had a couple of crates that were sealed and that he had in the back, and those are now gone.
He's missing crates in the back.
Yep.
Yeah, totes.
Oh my god.
Alright, so either Nazir's working for them and they're shipping people out hiding in the crates that used to be back here, or two, they kidnapped Nazir and apparently ransacked his shop and stole a bunch of stuff. Oh, all three I suppose he could have taken off, but I don't think he would have left the cash box.
There's still people lining up to go into the sewers.
Not as many. It's like you can just tell that what was a stream the day after you guys got up here is now just a trickle. You know, every 15 to 30 minutes you see like a party of 3 or 4 people go down there to try their luck.
I see a group of people going down there. I will ask them, excuse me, folks, have you managed to find the first part of the clue that was with the cameras?
They're like, wait, what?
No, nothing. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just wondering if anybody else has caught on to the clue in the camera.
They start mumbling at each other, and then they take off in the opposite direction, grab a camera, and take it down with them.
Weren't you a friendly chap?
Right, so those are gone now. I hope no one wants it anymore. So votes on who thinks Nazir is fleeing for his life, kidnapped, or working for IEI.
Votes for what does it matter?
I'm just gonna say this. I am not a brilliant man by any means, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this question already. I'm kind of smirking.
Well, I am a brilliant man, and I don't care.
Okay, so
Sounds like somebody wants to be knackered.
so as you guys are kind of just adjusting here, you guys can all roll me a perception check.
I'm gonna roll this and then after I find out what it is. Oh, I hate this game.
I rolled good.
Oh! I rolled very good.
I didn't, but that's nothing new.
I feel like that investigation check broke my streak of bad luck.
Natural 1.
I rolled a 22 perception.
All right. So, as you guys are talking, you see just very briefly a owl fly over this corner and drop a letter.
Sorry, I was not zoomed into exactly
It's
where we
like
are.
knowingly directing it towards somebody, or
No,
just like,
it drops it like basically think of this as a where the tent pole would wrap around so that we can maintain hold. Just gently nest in that area where the pole would be tied towards the top. There's an owl fits in a letter right there and then flies off.
Is there
There's a
anyone
letter on
still
the ground
around
over
now that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There's a letter over there.
Is
How
there anyone?
interesting.
Uh-huh.
go ahead, Lex. Sorry.
Okay. Is there anyone still around after Argus mentioned the cameras?
No, a lot of people are just scurrying about.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of go over, kind of glance around, see if anyone else noticed the letter being dropped.
Did anybody else see that? That these crates back here are missing.
Subtly face
I'm-
palm.
I'm not being subtle. I'm just walking over and I'm gonna look at the letter.
Yeah, it has a. You can go ahead and roll me a history check with advantage.
Where the hell did that letter come from?
Don't mind if I do.
Oh.
And that is a 24, natural 20.
Yeah, better than that 5. Yeah, you can tell that from your brief history. You can tell that this has a Fey markings on the edges, and then on the center of it is an owl symbol.
Oh, so I could definitely tell this is Faye.
Yeah.
Like it's sealed Faye,
Yep,
or
yeah,
just like it's
yeah,
all Faye
the-
writing.
Yeah, no. So the seal itself is a wax seal, has an owl in the middle, and along are some Fey markings.
At this point in time, have I established that they know Faye stuff? I can't remember if that's actually been discussed openly.
It's
Oh yeah.
blatantly obvious.
Well, blatantly obvious and actually discussed with you.
We said that the
Yeah.
Fey, like assassins were around.
We're
and
after
everyone-
us specifically, yeah.
That's fair. All right, well, I'm going to hand this off to you guys.
All right,
Because
I will
you guys
snatch the
deal
letter
with
out of
Faye.
your hand. I will
I'm
break.
pretty
the seal.
sure this has something to do with Faye, guys, so here you go.
I will snatch it out of your hand. I will break the seal. I will open it. I will hold it up to the lights, and then hand it over to Kestrel.
Kestrel,
Probably upside down.
Kestrel, you can make me a perception check with advantage.
19.
This is your cousin's sigil.
Uh-huh. Okay. Like, the other family.
Mm-hmm.
But it has an L on it and not an N?
Sorry, no. So owl, like a bird owl.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the letter L. Okay, I
No.
totally missed.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I didn't enunciate. Yeah, but yeah, it was an owl sigil, as in the bird.
That makes so much more sense. Okay.
Sorry, I just got back. Did we read the letter?
No, but the moment I see the sigil on it, I dash after where I thought the elf was headed toward. And, like, try to look around.
Yeah, you go ahead and roll me an investigation.
12.
Yeah, you can't pick up the trail at that point.
Just kind of stumble back to the group, cursing and staring at the letter.
Yeah, and actually, in pretty much in Sylvan, it basically just reads out saying, "Dearest cousin, it's been some time. Please go to the grove where your companion was laying earlier. Feel free to bring guests. Your cousin."
We need to go back to the grove. Quickly.
Lead the way.
Sure.
Yep. All right. So we'll just move you guys all up. You can see that the druids see you approaching, and then they immediately take off.
They leave when they see us approaching?
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're like, guess, we'll be back in a bit. All right,
Do I
if
smell that bad, guys?
all right, all of you can roll me a perception check.
Are we the baddies?
Well, you do, but I don't think that's what it's about.
Roll what now? I'm sorry.
Perception.
Perception.
Okay.
Oh, no.
20.
I'm still obsessed with my smell. I don't notice anything.
23.
Argus, you can barely. Oh, we got one more. So let's see.
Yeah, Lord didn't get it.
Yeah, Argus, you barely see just a slight deviation from one of the branches from the trees, just right before this character comes into complete view with these. For the rest of you, he just kind of pops out of thin air.
I don't like
Ah.
Well, hello, dear cousin. How have you been?
The moment that he appears, Kestrel's hand immediately whips toward the hilt of her sword, and then she sort of freezes.
Saying this, I'm gonna take a defensive stance.
In Sylvan, I don't know whether to hug you or stab you, and I sort of want to do both right now. What's going on? What did you do?
He looks at you and just smiles. He's like, one could say I got myself a job that really isn't a good one.
She sort of starts slipping her sword from the sheath, just a little bit slowly, and inches forward.
He's like, now, cousin, no need to be so dramatic or so quick.
He's responding in Sylvan, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
You left all of us. Do you have any idea what all of us have gone through, my family and yours? The wreckage that you left behind.
He nods his head and a little somber. He's like, it had to be done.
Had to be done. You just disappeared. And what did you do to his body? Where is he?
He looks at you. He's like, part of the reason I'm here. I'm here to track him by orders of our queen.
That's bullshit. There was nothing about that. It was...
He pulls out.
You killed...
He pulls out slowly from inside his cloak. He pulls out a small letter, and it has the symbol of your queen on it. It's like, you wish to read, feel free.
Why would they say that you killed your commander? Why would they say that you betrayed the court?
He looks at you and he's like, have you seen the Fey Hunters here?
We've gotten a letter, a threat from them. But we've not seen them at all.
These mortals are quite clever. They tend to operate in small units, never fully interacting with each other. I am here as a double agent, trying to uncover them to save our people. I had to make a convincing rouse to ensure I could infiltrate their ranks.
And how do I know that this isn't just another lie?
He holds out the letter to you. It's like, feel free to read.
And what, you couldn't forge it?
He pulls out a cipher. He pulls out a cipher that goes along with it. It's like, You can verify the ledger itself.
Sword inching a little further out of the sheath. She gets a little closer and just sort of leans over and snatches it out of his hand with her left hand.
Yeah, he hands it over, and then he puts his, arms in his hands in his pockets and just leans back to the tree. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
Just study the letter, I guess.
Yeah, you can just roll an investigation on it and just kind of make sure that everything's in order.
22.
Okay, yeah, so you can tell that the actual ledger itself is, completely authentic. There's no faking the parchment and anything. You can also roll me an arcane check.
15.
Yeah, and you can tell that this has a slight remnants of your queen's magic on top of it as well, and you know for a fact that that can't be easily replicated or forged.
One second, sorry, typing this out.
I imagine this going down as, like the Skyward Sword.
I just imagine it's all in Welsh, literally.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
This guy doesn't present as aggressive, does he?
No, you actually see that he's kind of really comfortable where he's at. Like, he's not worried about being attacked whatsoever.
All right.
He looks at you, but dearest cousin, what brings you here? I never imagined that you would be assigned to one of the Queen's court members, and let alone make your way here. This is the farthest you could be from home. In fact, Fey magic and its influence is very limited here.
That would probably be on me.
Technically, it's on you, and I just stare back at Bran.
Me?
You tarnished the image of both of our families, and me most of all. Everybody knew how close we were, and when you turned traitor, when you appeared to turn traitor, I was outcast from everything. My position in the guard, my position... Nobody wanted me, and I was forced into the shadows, and the only thing that they would... I wound up as a guard for one of the Queen's minstrels. This was the only position that anybody would trust someone like me with.
That sounds horrible. How could that possibly be a thing that anyone would want to do?
He face palms. He's like, I was assured you would have a proper job, working light guard duty on the edges of the kingdom. The Queen. She must have foreseen something that required your talents otherwise. Kind of just curses, like, I knew I should have made a better deal with her.
Well, you could have at least let us know. This would have been bearable if I just... This whole time... I have imagined thousands of ways that I would kill you in the most horrible ways. Do you have... And then, I don't know, I was never cut out for this role, you know that. I was never going to be a good shadow, it was never part of what I am.
He kind of just nods. You can see him just kind of kind of sighing, and he just shakes his head. He's like, "My dear cousin, I do not wish for this fate for you, but I thought I was making a good choice protecting our people and protecting you and the rest of the family. But apparently, my plans were not the Queen's."
Our families were already viewed poorly, and this just confirmed everything for all the other nobles.
Indeed. What is why this makes my cover so much better. Disgruntled lower court member betrays the court itself and gets me an in. I return as a hero, our family is restored, the Queen clears our good name. That was the deal.
Well, it was a shite deal.
Would you have preferred some meaningless job in just working out on the frontier, even with our high marks? There was no guarantee we were going to ever get beyond that of a meager field commander.
So our families, me, living in disgrace, your name everywhere as a traitor, and you think that's better?
Once the mission is complete, dear cousin, we will be elevated to the highest rank of our people. Our families will know nothing but bliss. Future generations will regard us as heroes.
Blind idealism.
He nods and says, "Better to live a dream than to die a slow, boring life."
I just throw the letter back at him and slam my sword back in the sheath. Do whatever you want. I wash my hands of this and of you.
He looks towards Argus. Please do take care, my dear cousin. It seems that this was quite a bit much for her.
I don't know where you've been, dude, but she doesn't need anybody to take care of her.
He looks, he's like, "Don't let the tough exterior fool you. She's still quite the maiden at heart."
And don't let your perception of her past choose you. She is stronger than anyone that you know.
He nods his head, he's like, "Well, she always had the potential. We shall see if she lives up to it. I pray she does." And then he just starts moving towards the center of the group, and he starts speaking in common to the rest of you. I hear that you're planning a suicide mission, from what I've been able to gather."
Excuse me?
I don't know who you think we are, but suicide mission is not a thing that we really do.
He kind of looks around. He's like, 6 heavily guarded people trying to make their way to a fortified location that houses many fine warriors. And that was your best plan?
What we do is we fight and we win.
Who said we were just marching in willy-nilly? Like, we haven't talked about any of this yet. That's awful presumptuous.
He just kind of is like, "Just a mere observation. You look like you're moving with a purpose and doing it quite loudly."
Loudly is the only way I know how to do.
And me.
It might be the only way that we can do things, given our current notoriety.
Indeed. It is unfortunate that the bear was taken. He actually had a pretty good contact for infiltrating that abomination that they call a... what did they call it again? A villa. Nothing compares to the villas back home.
Who was his
Well, you
contact?
seem to talk awfully large. What exactly do you propose?
He pulls out a small, sack, and he pulls out six. He pulls out six pins that have an emblem of a snake on it. And he's like, from a mutual friend of mine in the Bears. For some reason, his friend decided to elaborate on a weird name, but it's an constant anti-magic observation device. It will prevent anyone using any sort of magic to observe you unless you deem them a friend to know your location. Very good for concealing oneself from would-be eyes.
I'd like to do two things, being insight check that, as well as lean forward and ask Kestrel if everything's okay.
Yeah, if anyone wants to do an insight check, they can.
Hell yes.
This game sucks. 12.
Boom, 22.
Yeah, he's being...
14.
5.
Oh, God.
When am I gonna get 4s on my smart dice?
All right, anyone else roll an insight there?
Kestrel's kind of...
Kestrel is
Place.
fucked off.
Oh, she's gone? Okay.
Not like gone, but she is not taking part of any of this. She was serious when she said when she said blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking about that. I asked. I was like, I don't know what's happening here.
Said the name of that train station that takes a minute to say.
Oh, God, yeah.
Arrogant wit.
All you know is that she had words with him, he handed her something, she threw it back in his face, and she stormed off.
Yeah, Argus, you can tell he's being completely legitimate with this information, and that he's not straining his words or trying to deceive you guys.
Well, he's at least believes he's telling the truth, I think.
Yeah, he's like, if you wish, you may go ahead and I think Kestra over there has a pinch for identifying said devices when she feels up for it. So yeah,
Somebody want to talk with
I'll put a
Kestrel.
pin in that, because I don't think that she feels very talkative at the moment.
he just hands it. It's like, anyone care to take these from my position, or are you refusing my generosity here?
I'll take that from you. I snatch it out of his hand.
Yeah, he gladly hands it over to you, and he's like, he won't approach you if you do not wear these. And secondly, the part of the deal is that he requires, God heavens, he needs a proper pipe, but apparently there's a commodity here known as a cigarette, highly toxic stuff, but he will require a pack number. You can get it from one of the traders in the town.
Okay, so we need... And what's in this for you?
He kind of looks and he's like, he just kind of looks at you and looks at the group. He's like, inside there happens to be an informant of mine, and unfortunately I have lost contact. I just wish to know if he by chance has either double-crossed me or is dead. I highly doubt it's anything else but that.
I see. So we're to look for this informant of yours.
Indeed. He's the only tabaxi that's working in that plaza that you're heading towards, which is what I'm invested in.
So he wants us to find the tabaxi, whether he's alive or dead.
Yep.
We need to where this device and get cigarettes, and where are we to meet this informant?
Just take it to the hearth and let the gnome know, and he will put everything into motion.
Jacob.
Yes.
Do you trust him, Marcus?
Not as far as I can throw him, and I'm not particularly good at throwing people.
I've seen you try to throw things.
I get the
But he's not lying to us about this, and yeah, the thought of the six of us just running in, spells blazing, against a group of hundreds of people might not turn out too good.
Now that we have this information and this item, what's to stop us from accomplishing our own goals and just leaving it at that?
He just looks, he's like, not at all. I have other methods, but I figure since you were going there, I would try my luck and try this method since it was the less intrusive to me and allows me to keep my cover.
Also, you said the soft part out loud. Lunim.
No, that was intentionally out loud. I mean, it's obvious that we don't trust this fellow. What reason does he have to trust us other than I don't know what happened in that conversation, but I imagine whatever relationship he had with Kestrel is strained at best, we can put it.
Wasn't pretty. Very well. Well, we'll take it under advisement. We've got this, and we've got the information, and we will let you know if we have any information for you.
If he nods and he goes, well, if you happen to get my information, just leave it a letter with Jacob and tell him it's for an owl, and that's all I will require.
Who?
The
No.
gnome.
Oh, an apple. Yeah, I've
No,
got
no,
the
for who?
or an apple. I got it. I've got it.
Okay.
Okay. Well then, let's off. We've got a lot of work to do and miles to go before we sleep.
All right, any questions for him before he kind of just, shadows out of existence?
No, I'm trying to usher everybody away.
Kestrel just keeps glaring at him, arms crossed, standing away from the rest of the group.
He just nods and he's like, hopefully we'll meet on better terms, Cousin Fox. And he just kind of slowly melds into the background and disappears.
Wait, Fox? Wait, what?
Well, I didn't know if you want to keep that in your backstory.
No. Her name was supposed to be changed from Fox to Kestrel because otherwise confusing with Lunum.
Oh, I didn't know if you just wanted to keep the fox as part of your play with him or not, so...
No. That was
Okay.
very much like the names are very much like what the organization gave them.
Okay, then yeah, he's like, okay, then he says, farewell, Kestrel. Hope we meet on better terms next time. Yeah, and then he just melds out and he kind of just disappears after that.
This has been a loaded session for Kestrel.
Okay.
A little bit.
So I guess we're gonna go and see if we can find cigarettes. Yeah, let's go and see if we can find these cigarette things for this bloke who has information for us, apparently.
And maybe we'll find like someone's lost father who went out for cigarettes.
Yeah, it's just
Dad?
a room full of bad
Does anyone
dad.
Yeah, does anyone have any missing family members, like a father or a mother?
All these kept in a room.
No, I think I think everyone's either has orphans or their parents are alive or was manufacturers. I think everyone's kind of in good shape.
So everyone here either has their parents are alive or their parents are dead. Glad we narrowed that down.
This time
It's kind of a binary choice.
this time I stepped away from the cliche of everybody I know and love was murdered.
Your backup character.
You know, I tried doing that once too, and then the DM decided that a great idea would be to make my character a fucking clone.
We never got to that. It's not necessarily canon, but it's totally canon.
She had a perfectly happy family with living parents, living siblings. One of the siblings was even on the mission with them at times, and then she turned out to be a fucking clone.
Hell yeah.
So, are we going for cigarettes?
Going to assume so.
And we're going at twice the speed because of my new feat.
Hell yeah.
All right, Laura, you can go ahead and roll me a. You can go ahead and roll me a history check.
Oof. Looks like 13.
Okay, so you know for a fact that that typically here that there is a good amount of tobacco that does come in raw, but finding cigarettes themselves seems like it's going to be something that you're going to either have to either barter for because for some reason people don't take coin for them, or you're going to have to practice rolling your own cigarettes and hopefully make them a good enough quality to allow that will appease your guest that you're trying to lure.
Oh, yeah, I got this. I mean, how hard can it be to roll a cigarette?
I'm trying to impress your friends. You have no idea how to roll a joint.
You know, this is weird, but like literally like 2 days ago, I don't remember why, but I looked up a YouTube video on how to roll your own cigarette. It was because of something that I read in a book, and I was trying to look up how to do it. It's the stupidest thing.
I feel like
That's
murderers
totally
and
why I
authors.
learned too.
I feel like murderers and authors have the most cursed Google history.
Oh
And
yeah, absolutely.
In terms of like, how do you hide a body? Like, I don't need to. It's just for a book.
No, yeah, like no. If the FBI ever took an interest in my search history, I would probably be in prison and never let out.
That reminds me of a D&D meme I saw.
Oh God.
What, where can we acquire tobacco if that's the route we want to go? I'll offer up my services as an artificer to make excellent cigarettes.
Are you gonna screw and nail them together or something? Like, how does that work as an artificer?
No, I'm
Screw it.
I'm certain I can, laser more than once and measure twice or whatever the term is.
This is actually a good concept. I never thought of it that way.
I can also conjure. I can also conjure up whatever tools I need for any situation. So
I'm sure that
Writing excess
cigarettes
papers.
require many tools.
it does not. Definitely scissors, though.
You have a tongue?
No, but I'm sure I could. Summon up some drink.
Like,
I'm not
are
gonna
you
lie, it
going
took me a
to
sec to figure out where you were going with that.
like summon up random saliva?
Yeah,
Like,
so you
what do you need a tongue for right now?
It's the one tool.
Well, I put that together, but yeah, I definitely was slow on that one.
What are we? Why are we making cigarettes? I might have missed something here.
So
there was
with-
a lot of talking.
So with your history roll, you know that cigarettes themselves aren't just here. You have to either acquire them through a barter method because people don't trade
Sure.
them for money, or you can try making your own. You just have to acquire said tobacco and paper that you can roll them. So you can either try to manufacture your own, or you can try to see who's willing to part with theirs.
Well, anytime there's an opportunity for me to make something, I'm going to make it. So we can get some. If we could acquire some tobacco, I could manufacture those for us. That way, also, we would be doing this in secret, in that they would not know that we were trying to acquire cigarettes if we're trying to keep people from finding out
Yeah,
why we're doing this.
Just out of character, would we also need to acquire filters, or are these like the unfiltered, old-timey
We're going.
stuff?
We're going
Do we-
unfiltered.
No.
Okay.
Tobacco in your throat, unfiltered.
Yeah, like actual strands of tobacco getting in.
So we're cool with making cancer sticks, essentially, then, right?
Yep. Some death sticks.
Clearly, it's been stated, hey, these are toxic, so we're all just like, yeah, we'll just make more. Why not?
We could probably do this for a living. Anyways, yeah. Where do I need to go acquire tobacco from?
Let me see if there's an herbalist down in south of you that I'll just take you guys to, and you can try talking to her.
Fucking local pusher, man.
Yeah. So yeah, you wander into town, and you see a florist there who imports goods.
Who took the tracking or the anti-tracking things, by the way?
Argus said.
So is this one oh I guess we don't know yet, never mind. Did he give us one thing or multiple things?
There's 6 of them.
6, enough for one for each of us.
Like medallions?
They're
Something?
pins.
Yes.
Okay.
August, let me have a look at those, if you would.
Okay.
I wouldn't trust anything he hands us without it coming with some sort of. Well, I wouldn't trust anything.
Yes, no, that's fair. You can use your identify spell to be able to tell if there's any enchantments other than what we are expecting on it. And on another note, that was him, wasn't it?
In Sylvan, Kestrel responds in Sylvan. Yeah, that was him.
How are you handling it?
I didn't stab him. Which is more than I thought would happen. Or less.
The things he was saying about what he thought that you could become, you know that none of that's true, right?
Which part?
He was talking about getting stuck in dead-end jobs and what have you, and that you didn't have much potential, or that you're in doing terrible things and you're stuck on guard duty with some lowly minstrel or.
It's true that our families were never. It's true that our families only held favor with the Queen and never with the rest of the court, but it's just. There's a right way to do all of this. And what he's done, he wasn't there for the fallout. He didn't see. He was not the one there watching his mother break down in tears, watching the investigators tearing our houses, our homes apart, watching even the youngest of our clans interrogated. He saw none of it. Their lives, our lives, were torn apart and have never recovered, and he's seen none of it. If it had meant never being able to rise to the ranks, but our families were spared that, I would have gladly lived all of my centuries in some nothing job.
Yes, well, now you have this horrific assignment, dealing with me.
I'd like to say that I'm glad for it, and it's not. You're not the issue. It's not. How do I put this?
I furrow my brow and look almost insulted and reply with, "You're right, I'm not the issue. You know what I am? I'm the solution. That what we're doing here, what we're going to accomplish with all this, once we're done, will put anything that you could have done before he did that nonsense to shame. So, pull yourself together, man. We'll get through this, and you'll show him." All right, so we were looking for this. What was the name of this plant again? We were looking for. I'm sorry, we were just a little bit of. Don't mind us.
I'm gonna take your
You
time.
guys done?
All right. So the florist kind of just looks at you. It's like, "Hey, welcome to the florist shop. What can I do for you?"
Do you have any illegal drugs? I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Legal drugs. Wait, what are we looking for?
And this is why nobody
That
let
good
me
shit.
Tobacco is what we're looking for.
Tobacco? Well, we just have a whole range of it. Do you want a pre-dried? Do you need a fresh? Do you need something already processed? And she kind of just shows you a couple of, bags, just in kind of in a ceramic thing. You can see dried out leaves. You can see the fresh plants still growing, and you can see some that have been processed a
We're
little bit.
cool. You can look at us, man. We're cool. As processed as possible. I have a friend who has a tobacco addiction. That's a thing, right? Well, we'll say it's a thing. That sounds ridiculous. But someone who has an addiction to the tobacco, well, what would be the best product for us to use that?
I thought this was. Go ahead, sorry.
No, she's kind of like, "So, where are you getting at here? I'm just trying to sell my plants."
Okay, well, okay, so, I want cigarettes is what I need. I need cigarettes.
She looks at you. She's like, "Cigarettes? I don't sell the cigarettes. You can have the tobacco, but I don't sell cigarettes."
Okay, well, I'll take whatever it takes to make those, the dried, processed nonsense.
Okay. Anyone wants to make me a nature check? You can try to see what quality you're dealing with.
Is there anyone who does sell cigarettes
Nah.
in town?
No, not above board. Nature. I'm good at nature. That's
11.
a 2.
We're talking about insight.
No,
I
this
honestly
is.
was.
We're not doing great.
I got a 16.
Okay, hear me out. Medicine.
I mean,
It's an herb that you put in your body.
and tobacco does have some various.
Medicinal purposes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Don't worry,
Mhm.
you got two people who got it. Yeah, Laura, you know what you're looking for, and Balzac, you can kind of pick out two strains that, based off their scent and their feel, you can find something that looks like you can easily process into what you need.
Do I happen to know which one would be better?
So your choices are: you can have something that's already pre-flavored and processed, or you can just have the dried leaves and you can try to change the quality based off of what you want to do with it. So it's at your preference of what you would like to do with said tobacco. Do you want something that's very pre-made, or you can something that's pre-made that already has some slight flavoring to it, or you can try to do something and try to mess with it a little bit to change the quality?
Pre-flavored.
What about you, Laura? What are you feeling?
Yeah, pre-flavored's fine. Like I said, we're just get
Literally
me in and
making it
out of
for
here.
somebody else.
Just find me something, and we're gonna make it happen.
Okay, yeah. She's like, all right, £1, gold coin.
Cool. I give up a gold coin. Do they have paper here?
She's like, she kind of nods her head. It's like, nah, you're probably gonna have to go see the parts from people. I
Great.
don't.
Okay. No, I understand. Thank you, though.
I have a book from the archive. If we don't want to go to a separate location.
You have a book. Oh no! How do you have a book from the archive? How is it not retrieved?
I thought
The demon book, the Demonology 101 or whatever you're doing.
The one
yeah,
you checked out.
and baby's first curse.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's go acquire some papyrus, and we can get this taken care of.
Okay, but I said it kind of jokingly, but now that I think about it, what kind of seedy person doesn't want to smoke on papers that have infernal scrawlings on them?
Jesus Christ.
Good point.
You have a point.
I believe the term is I don't have a horse in this race. We're
Fair.
just trying to get this job done.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll sell you a sheet of papyrus at one of the paper stands for, a silver, along, like a piece of legal size paper for like a silver, and it's thin papyrus too, so.
Cool.
Yeah, get me some papyrus. Let's do it.
Alright, were you guys gonna try to do this? You guys gonna try to do this in the tavern, or were you guys gonna try to roll your cigs?
Yeah, I'll go into my work. I'll go into my workspace, I guess.
Okay. I guess at this point, oh man, I don't know what to have you roll for this, because it's kind of just, I guess whatever your crafting tools would be, I guess you would probably have something to measure it out and cut the paper into perfectly good length, so whatever you're crafting.
I would assume herbalism or something, right?
Well, there's not
No. It's I'll summon tools that I need for this. So basically, be some scissors or knife and a measuring piece, and it's I'm pretty sure there's an herbaling kit or something like that I can.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. I think
Yeah.
probably herbalism.
Yeah. And then I have proficiency in that. So.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
So you can make me roll dexterity if you want, because it's kind of slightly dexterity. I probably have a bowl of water to help kind of seal it, but I'll probably do a fancy ribbon or something like that around it too.
Yeah, let's go ahead and have you roll dex with your proficiency bonus then, and we'll do it that way.
Sick, nasty. So that is 2 plus 3 is 5. And a d20. Let's do it, guys. Let's make tobacco. Tobacco, though.
You mean cigarettes?
Yeah, we're not really making tobacco.
Oh, tobacco's pre-made, buddy.
When a mommy tobacco and
That's
a
what I'm
daddy
saying. We're not making special tobacco. I rolled a 15 and plus a 5. I rolled a 20 on rolling cigarettes in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Kids at
That's
home
the
don't
best roll
do what
all
Lord
night.
quality content.
Well, it does
Sorry,
say for
how
mature audience, so I already got the adult flag for the stream, so we're good there.
I'd hope so. I curse a lot.
Yeah, this content is
I
not
think
good
there's
for
a perfect
children.
number of dick jokes.
Do you remember when we fought the penis head?
We're a couple.
I cannot wait until the next time I fight a fucking roper in any campaign.
Oh
Lulu's
god.
penis.
Lulu's penis.
Jeez. All right, so Laura, you were able to get through probably with that roll, you got a good motion going. So go ahead and roll me again with advantage, so that way you can make a decent sized pack.
Oh my goodness. Does I roll like a 4 and a 3?
Please don't roll exactly those. I will laugh and be sad at the same time.
I rolled a 22. All
You
good.
mean like where you gave me advantage and I rolled 2 3s?
Yeah. But he called 3 and a 4, and it would be sad if he actually rolled a 3 and a 4.
Yeah, you would rival any manufacturer in the real world in terms of the quality of the roll and how well it's measured out and stuff, and the fact that you could probably sell this at like a local tobacco shop and they'd be like, oh god, this is what our premium customers would want. So it's now you just got to figure out, okay, well now you have your rolls. Anything you would like to do with said rolls, or are you just going to just kind of throw them in a bag?
I'll put them in a nice little like wrapped bag. Like I'll make like a nice little get like a piece of like a cloth, maybe a piece of cloth. Put like a little ribbon around it. It'll be nice.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll me another. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand, then, and see if you can just get this nice wrapped up.
Sleight of hand. On lore. Do things that you were not made to do. Oh yeah, that's a 15.
Yeah, no problem. It's like you make this presentable. You make this look really presentable that people around your work area are like, that looks really good. Like people are kind of looking at your rolled cigarettes and your packaging. It's like, say, Laura, what would you want for those?
Listen, my business is with the contest, to be honest. I am also doing a business venture into creating a washing machine. If you're interested in my craftsmanship, you may support me through that means. This is a personal gift for someone. These are not for sale.
You just see a couple of people going grumbling, oh, and they just walk away like they're like all disappointed, thinking that they were gonna get their hands on some quality cigs. Yeah, you have your packaged cigarettes now.
So while he was making those, I am going through and identifying all of the trinkets that Owl gave us.
Yeah, essentially, you go through each one, and essentially, what you have detected on each one of the pins is that anytime someone tries to use any sort of magic observation on you, whether it's trying to get a deity to spy on you, or just a magical gaze, or something like akin to like a crystal ball or something like that,
Scrying stuff, right?
Yeah, it just gives them a black image. They can't hear, they can't see, they get nothing but a black image, essentially.
And there's nothing else on them.
No, nothing else on them.
All right. I hand them back to. I hand 5 of them back to Argus.
Very well. I will distribute them amongst the group.
Do they require attunement?
No, they're good on. Nope, they're good as soon as you pop them on.
Are you gonna make items in the
Yeah,
D&D Beyond thing?
I will.
I just wasn't sure if I should write it in somewhere or if okay.
No, I will put in my DM notes for tonight to make camo pins.
Camel?
Constant anti-magic observation.
Oh, camel. Okay. I
got
just
'em.
heard.
All right. Any other business before you go back to the hearth to give said gift over?
We bear many gifts.
We're here to see the sweaty man.
All right. So let me go ahead and make that.
Somebody got it. I'm very happy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So you're all winning your pins, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'd like to hide mine on the inside of my armor in case anybody for some reason recognizes this pin.
Yeah, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. Like I said, it's just like a simple, like just like a lapel pin or something. You just kind of put it in, puncture it in, put the cap on the end, so that way you're good to go.
Cool.
All right, and we'll put you guys all in current map and current view. All right, yeah, you make it back in, and the bar's pretty empty at this point. There's really no one in there. Jacob is just kind of just going out and just checking over inventory, just kind of passing the time, and he looks at you guys. He's like, "Oh, any luck?"
Looking for a person that may have information that we may need in order to be able to find your wonderful friend.
He takes a look. He's like, you see his eyes widen, and as soon as he sees the pins on, he's like, "Oh, did you bring his thing?"
Yes, we did.
He just beckons you guys all over to the bar.
Jacob, are cigarettes illegal?
No, they're just very hard to come by. We just don't have a reliable method to have good quality.
Very well. What's the next step from here?
He looks at you and he's like, "All right, well, I gotta put out a favor. This guy is a little bit hard to get a hold of, but he still lives in town. It's just a matter of where. Just hang out here. I'm gonna close up shop, and I'll be with you in a moment. Feel free to make yourselves at home."
How long should it be until he comes, you think?
If I put this message out now, it should be about an hour.
About an hour, okay.
Yeah, so he scurries. You see him hurry up, go to the front, lock the front door, and then he just hurry into the back. You see him just head to the back where the kitchen is and just kind of start messing with something back there.
Okay.
Yep. Anything you guys want to do while you wait that full hour?
About 30 minutes into the hour, I'm going to fairly discreetly try and secrete myself into a place. And I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself.
Kestrel's eyes literally never leave Argus.
Oh, well, you're going to see some gross shit.
What the hell are you doing?
Anyway, but no, I'm going to go off into one of the rooms, ostensibly I still have a room here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself, and I'm going to change my appearance to appear as an Aarakocra that is, like, brownish red feathered kind of, and change like my face shape to be like a cardinal.
Oh, okay.
With red feathers and all that, kind of hide my tail feather sort of situation, and just more drab and mundane clothing as well.
All right. Anyone else doing anything in the bar?
Well, if Kestrel is, following me and seeing me as I do this, I'm going to say to her, "Well, I think that there's times for bombast, but there's times for subtlety, and this may be one of those."
All right. Anything else?
If I see him doing that, I am going to... Yep. I'm going to disguise self. Likewise. And I'm going to make myself look like what Kestrel imagines a very drab and extremely ordinary, extraordinarily ordinary human woman would look like. Like, brown hair, brown eyes, lightly tanned skin, a little bit of freckles, and just, gap teeth. just trying to look so mundane that no one would possibly ever look at her twice. And then, like, halfway through, freezes, realizes that she doesn't know what a human should actually look like, and just sort of makes herself look like a taller version of Tatanka.
Don't go
Yes.
I mean, it's still a little bit different, but pretty close.
Can we call you Taltonka?
Oh.
Tall
Here's the joke I
Tonka?
was looking for. I was trying to shoehorn long into there and it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Talonka? No.
All right, and then we will come back down and join the group
Wait, we're joining the group while doing this?
after.
Oh, after.
So we have to at some point, right?
So just so I'm sure I understand, we're just waiting for the dude to show up, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And do we actively know this as you guys?
I don't
Have we-
know.
Have
No.
we received the description
Well, in
of
that case-
the man that we're meeting?
You guys did not know.
Yeah, we
in
walked
that
off.
case-
Well, I realize you're being discreet, but I'm saying if you're rejoining the group, we're not going to casually just be like, oh yeah, just random people hanging out with us.
That's why I was saying, like, I don't think so.
Yeah. On that note, did we ever receive a description of the person we were waiting for?
No, you did not.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna like lightly nudge Belzac and be like, "Look at that woman. She is gorgeous." As soon as Kestrel walks in.
Well, my dear, it looks like you seem to have gotten yourself a bit of of admirer. It looks like.
You can't do that without warning people.
Well, now, it seems like that short little one over there is sort of looking like a mirror of me, only, you know, shorter and less fine.
Quick question. I wouldn't have thought to look at. Actually, no, that's meta. If they're joining us, I'm just gonna assume this is the person we're meeting. I believe we have I'll lean in and whisper, mutual friend.
Well, you're probably not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not convinced.
Do you want me to try and convince you?
Lord.
Not looking like that.
Yeah, it's probably not the best, but I figured going for a little bit more subtle's a good idea.
I don't think it's all that subtle, though, if we just prance right up to the rest of the group here.
It's people don't know your face, so
No,
I
excuse
thought-
me, but do I know you? Like, really? Like, I don't see Jacob, right?
Yeah, Jacob's kind of still hiding away in the back in the kitchen, just working on stuff.
Yeah, I don't see Jacob, and you got it's just walk up.
did we get a name for the person we're meeting also?
No.
No,
Holy-
no
we
name.
Did this oh.
If I must. All right, look. All right, I'm with all of the attention we've gotten, with all the bombast and everything. I thought that I would come up with a disguise that was a little bit more low key, so that way I could go in and be low key if need to, and you know, when we need someone to distract, I can be myself. But if we're trying to blend in, it'd be easier to be people who blend in more readily.
That's a
Remember, we got disguise kits and this sort of thing for that sort of
Yeah.
situation.
I wholeheartedly agree. However, don't you think it would be nice to let us know? I mean, you guys.
It was a field test. I needed to know that I could go from being, you know, all outward and everything that I am all the time that everybody knows, and if I could just pull it back and just kind of be somebody else for a little bit, and seeing if that would just make it something that everybody could like pick up on. So I just sorry about the deception, but I just wanted to I just wanted to see if it would work, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I am so uncomfortable by how easily you are slipping into both accents right now.
Well,
That's what I do with my life.
he's had a fair amount of practice, all things considered. I mean, it's just parts of who he is. Y'all know. Y'all understand, of course. I mean, it was just the best choice we could make to sort of... I mean, y'all are the ones who know us best on this island, so, I mean, you know, if we could fool you, we figure we could fool some others.
I hate to break it to you, honey, but I'm really not that hard to fool.
Yeah, but I sort of figure Lunim is a bit... out of everybody here, at least.
I didn't think to look for your mannerisms in complete strangers, so I mean, it works.
Well, you can try. You can always try. We can do it.
I really wanted to, but then I thought, why would I look at this bird and say, yo, does this guy walk like Argus?
We can roll it. I want to do it.
Let's do it.
Oh God, here it goes.
I don't have expertise in... No way.
You won me.
God damn!
Natural 20.
We actually went 20-1, okay.
Holy crap, that natural 20 and a natural 1. That is fucking brilliant.
Well done, well done.
Amazing.
That's not what I expected. Alright.
So, I don't know how the rest of y'all feel, but I'm sort of thinking that maybe y'all should be prepping your own disguises, you know, after you finish dealing with, Jacob and all.
I will say, I am not good at what you guys are doing.
Although,
Right, but it's not going
with
to go
somebody
well.
else's disguises, probably shouldn't just, like, waste these right here, so. Poof
How
up
about we
normal.
pick a fight, pretend that we hate them, and just storm off?
Nah, let's just do us for now. And poof up normal.
Right in the middle of the room in front of a whole bunch of other people.
Aren't there nobody else in here? Didn't he close up?
Yeah.
And Jacob's in the back?
Okay. Poof.
Oh God, this is great.
Whoa, it's Argus.
Who knew? I can't believe it's 31 deception.
God damn.
To a natural 1.
Unlucky. Also, insight is not where I have my expertise. It's perception. Fortunately. Well, not unfortunately. I like perception.
Deception and performance is where I have my expertise.
I only get one.
Alright, well, if there's nothing else, anything else you guys want to do for that 1 hour of time?
What's left of it, I wouldn't be opposed to trying to take a short rest to get some of my spell slots back.
Sure. Anyone else?
Nah. I guess I can take a short rest and get my spell that I cast back. Sure.
Okay. So, yeah, as soon as the hour comes up, Jacob comes back with a large box and just places it down, then he just kind of walks away. And you just hear from the box, kept you waiting, huh? And that's where we'll end the session tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.